Ezekiel Kuhoga, and I'm participating in the reading program under my reading club. And one thing that we have assigned ourselves is that each member participating in the reading must prepare like a summary as he reads or after he has finished reading a particular chapter. So for instance, myself, I finished reading chapter 1 yesterday, and I've already prepared a summary and sent it to the WhatsApp group. Also, I've seen a summary by James Murray, and I think soon I will be receiving summaries from other participants. So that's number one. But I had another challenge, and the challenger said that now I challenge the participant to also record themselves, either by audio or video, also discussing that particular chapter like I will be doing today. And I think this is beneficial in many, many ways. But a few of them is that, first of all, it is a good place for you to practice your speaking skill, but also to practicing your selling skill. How can you persuade other people? So please, let's go together as I will be discussing what are my views, my personal views based on this chapter. First of all, in this chapter number 1, which has a title, Believe in Yourself, what I've realized is that, first of all, the teachings are based on more on Christianity. Most of his teachings are sourced from the Bible. But number 2, he says, having faith and confidence in yourself is the key to any achievement because it allows you to use your God-given gifts. This I'm paraphrasing. I'm not like taking his exact words, but this is his point, which is I agree completely to this statement that having faith allows you to do something with strength. If you know it's going to work, you can easily give yourself like wholeheartedly. But if you know it does not work, even when you have to do it, you just do it in order to maybe let others know that you're doing it. But in reality, you are not in support. You are not supporting, or you're not giving yourself wholeheartedly to what you're doing. So it may not work properly. But he has said use of affirmations is helpful because it leads to realization. Affirmations is like telling yourself those statements that for example, he has used actual examples like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is an affirmation which reminds you of the facts of your strength, something like that. But this is now my personal comment that I think use of affirmations without a clear understanding of what it really means, it yields no results. You can say, I am rich, but if you don't really understand what does it mean to be rich, you may not get what you want. And actually, I think I've also witnessed, we have used this affirmation so much, even in the worship houses. We have verses which says, let every poor say I'm rich, let every weak person say I am strong. But many people are still staying there because they don't understand what does it mean to say I am rich. What does it really mean? But if you understand, then I think the effects can start to realize. He has said inferiority leads to compromising situations, and he has used actually one example where a particular young man now started to share his private information that was supposed to be private to other people, so that he may also be regarded as part of the crew. You know, he was among other people whom he considered they are superior to him, and he wanted to share that the crew-like environment with other guys. So he even shared the private information that he wasn't supposed to be sharing. And this, I think it happens to a lot of people. You know, they become around people whom they consider superior, and they want to be like them, or they want to benefit something from them. So as a result, they start to do very stupid things only to be considered as close or good or something like that. You know, when you're being considered good by someone superior, then perhaps you can get some favors from them, something like that. So that is inferiority complex. It gives you, or it leads you to a compromising situation. And he said inferiority or lack of confidence raises the barriers to our own powers that we already own. That is very true. If you are inferior to yourself, you are not going to use any power that already belongs to you. And he said you conquer inferiority complex by filling your mind with faith. That is very true. I agree. But there's one thing which I disagreed. In a particular paragraph, he said you can build your faith by prayer. Lots of prayer. And of course, he continued and he said by reading and mentally absorbing the Bible and practicing its faith techniques. Yeah, for me, I think faith can only be obtained by one thing only, is clear understanding of the word or story that you want to believe. I don't think faith can be increased by prayer. Even the techniques itself, if you don't clearly understand what you're doing, faith will not mean anything to you. And I think even the Bible supports this, because I don't remember the verse, but it says clearly that how the faith comes. The faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God, not by prayer. But I think there are two main roles of prayer. Number one is to establish relationship between two sides of the communication. So, for example, if it's a father and the son, if these two people are communicating, then their relationship is strengthened. That's role number one. It strengthens the relationship between you and your God. Something like that. And then number two, the role of prayer is to strengthen you, the one who is praying. The child who is able to communicate effectively to his father is a confident child, is a strong, even when he's going through tough times. If he knows I've already told this to my father and he is going to deal with it, you can see he can easily be strong even if he's going to through a tough time. Yes, but I think faith can only be attained by a clear understanding of the word or phrase or the story that you want to believe. To build confidence, you need to use practices of suggesting self-confidence. That is very true, and I agree. And then I gave also another personal opinion. I don't think example used by the author to demonstrate overcoming of insecurity is a good example. Actually, there is one paragraph where he used this, I think he was a lecturer or something like that. He was driving, he was a salesperson. He was driving, and then he was driving in a higher speed on the slippery road. He was busy, taking cards here and putting there. And his justification is that this guy had already overcome the insecurities. And for him, he was so much afraid something could happen because of his insecurity. I don't think that was proper. I think there is a thin line between having faith and being stupid. You can easily interchange these things. In that environment where he knows the road is slippery and anything can happen badly, and you decide to ignore because you are secure, I think that is stupid. Though at the end of the story, it was nice, because now by the words of that man, now he was saying that it's if you're going to sell something to your customers and you know that you're not going to make it, then that selling may not work. That is indeed true. You have to be optimistic. You have to know that this is going to work, because by knowing that way, then you are going to give all that you can. But if you know that it's not going to work, then you may not give the amount that you're supposed to give. But also, I loved the example of a man who had lost everything. He had used another example where one man was complaining that he had lost everything that he had. But the moment they sat down and he questioned him in such a way that he has to remember the things that he already had, he realized that all he had to himself was even more than what he had lost. But his eyes was more focused on the losing side. That's why he thought he had lost everything. And this is happening in our lives. most of the time we become heartbroken because we have set our eyes on the very few things that we have lost and thought that our lives are miserable. And at the same time, we ignore everything else that is around us, that is there in our support. This has even happened to me. There are moments that I thought I had lost everything, but when I sat down and started to list the things that are in my support, I realized I am still a blessed individual. I'm still privileged, way above the ones that I deserve. And by counting your blessings, even when you are in your toughest time, it can easily rejuvenate that power that lies in you. And by finishing, he has suggested 10 rules in order to build up your self-confidence. I will read them quickly. Number 1, he said, picture yourself succeeding. This is very, very important. It has also been discussed in the book of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There are many ways this is being useful. When you have that picture of you being successful, it's a very good driver to take you to your success. Number 2, whenever a negative thought comes in your mind, deliberately try to bring a positive thought to cancel it out. Fight any negative thoughts that comes to your mind. Fight them off immediately. They will always be coming. You have to make sure that you shake them out. Number 3, practice not to build any obstacles in your imagination, which goes along with number 2. Number 4, do not compare yourself to other people. I also listened to one interview by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk, he said this very passionately. I think it had affected him. Not everyone that you see on the social media dressed really well, with a good makeup, that they are really living that life. Most people, they are living miserable lives, but they want to portray the best situation in order to to just make other people feel envy on them. But in reality, they are going through tough times. So don't compare yourself to what you see on social media or to what you see other people driving or living in big houses. You don't know what they are going through. Maybe your situation is way better. Don't compare yourself to other people. Number 5, repeat biblical statement. If God be for us, who can be against us? This is a very good affirmation statement that you are supposed to use. Number 6, where possible, get someone to help you on building a good thoughts pattern. Get someone whom you think he already has a good knowledge on this positive thoughts, and then have a discussion with him. Let him help you how you can build a positive thoughts pattern and even a confidence. Number 7, practice the affirmation which says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is a very good statement if you get to understand it. Sit down and try to understand this statement. It comes from the book of Philippians 4 verse 13. Number 8, do not doubt your own ability. The key to use your strength starts with trusting or having confidence in your own ability. But number 9, trust in God. Trust in his promises that he has given. Find out what has God promised you, and then trust in him on his promises. But number 10, believe in God. Know that he is with you whatever that you're going through, whenever that you're going through some tough times. Know that God is in you, he sees you, and he will get you through. Thank you so much, and I'm hoping to also get some discussion, video discussion, audio discussion from other participants. Otherwise, if you cannot do it, you can still manage to use the Word document. I think that is also perfectly fine. But I will be doing this, so I will also discuss chapter number 2 after I'm done, number 3, until we finish. And then when we have finished the whole book, that's when we will call up the meeting for the whole club to sit and discuss about the book as in general. Thank you. I wish you a good day. Bye-bye.